Romeo finds himself so in love with Juliet that he can't stay away from her. He decides to scale a wall and enter the Capulet garden in order to be with her, which is actually a very bad idea considering the fact that the two families are enemies. However, he is too in love to care, and he hides in the bushes and listens to Juliet express her feelings out loud. Eventually, Romeo reveals himself and expresses his love for Juliet. They agree to get married already because they love each other too much to wait. Romeo is now so excited about this marriage that he runs to Friar Lawrence to tell him about it. Friar Lawrence is basically a man who knows a lot about flowers, plants, natural remedies, and can also legally wed people, which is very important later on in the story. Romeo asks him to marry him and Juliet, and at first Friar Lawrence is confused and doesn't really know what to say because Romeo is so recently obsessed with Rosaline. But eventually he agrees, hoping that it will end the Capulet and Montague feud. Romeo is in the streets with Benvolio and Mercutio, his two friends. The nurse approaches them, and after Mercutio insults her a couple times, Romeo agrees to talk with her alone. Then he tells her that he does intend to marry Juliet tonight at Friar Lawrence's cell. Eventually, the nurse returns home, but does not tell Juliet the news right away. Eventually, Juliet gets a little bit annoyed and kind of confused, so the nurse tells her that Romeo plans to marry her tonight at Friar Lawrence's cell. Later that night, at Friar Lawrence's cell, Romeo and Juliet meet to be officially wedded. There, they say their vows, confess their love for each other, and finally are officially married.